a viral disease.
Rabies has been around for hundreds and possibly thousands of years, tracing back to the literature of Aristotle. It was understood even then that it was passed through the bite of a rabid animal.
Rabies is found all over the world, but the first potential vaccine was not found until 1885 and not used heavily until the 1920s. It stopped the spread from pets to their human families.
The first vaccine was created by Louis Pasteur. Rabies is preventable and spread through the bite of a rabid animal. In the United States, the rabies virus is spread mainly through the bites of rabid raccoons, skunks, foxes, and coyotes.
The most common mode of rabies virus transmission is through the bite and virus-containing saliva of an infected host. Transmission has been documented on rare occasions through other modes such as contamination of mucous membranes, aerosol transmission, and corneal and organ transplantations.
The rabies virus infects the host and eventually leads to the disease spreading to the brain and then eventually death.
The mortality rate is considered to be 100% if not treated before clinical symptoms appear.
To date, less than 10 documented cases of human survival from clinical rabies have been reported.
It is estimated that 40,000 persons receive a rabies prevention treatment called post-exposure prophylaxis due to potential exposure to rabies each year in the United States.
Every year, rabies kills more than 55,000 people worldwide, and the costs associated with rabies are estimated to be more than $300 million in the U.S. alone.
The first symptoms of rabies may be very similar to those of the flu. These symptoms include general weakness or discomfort, fever, or headache. These symptoms can and may last for between 2 and 10 days.
There may also be discomfort or prickling or itching sensation at the site of the bite. It will progress within days to symptoms of cerebral dysfunction, anxiety, confusion, and agitation.
As the disease progresses, the person may experience delirium, abnormal behavior, hallucinations, and insomnia.
Once these behaviors are noticed and the symptoms have reached the clinical stage, rabies will almost always lead to death and treatment will not work.
Several tests are necessary to diagnose rabies before death in humans. Tests are performed on samples of saliva, serum, spinal fluid, and skin biopsies of hair follicles at the nape of the neck.
Treatment is only useful if medical attention is achieved before clinical symptoms appear.
The treatment includes a series of shots.
There is a fast-acting shot to prevent the virus from infecting you. Part of this injection is given near the area where the animal bit you if possible, as soon as possible after the bite.
A series of rabies vaccines to help your body learn to identify and fight the rabies virus. Rabies vaccines are given as injections in your arm. You receive 4 injections over 14 days.
Prevention is easy.
Vaccinate all pets against the rabies virus.
Keep all pets inside or monitor their outside time to prevent your pets from becoming infected.
Attempt to reduce the amount of animals that your pet is exposed to in the wild.
Spay or neuter your pet to reduce the number of animals that it may come into contact with.
Avoid contact with stray or ill animals and report any animal that may look infected to avoid the spread of rabies.
If traveling, consider the rabies vaccine as an option.
If you think that contact with a rabid animal took place, seek medical attention immediately because rabies is treatable if caught early enough.
This has been a public service announcement by David Spatola and Cory Crystal, Mr. Kreyling, Period 2.